Hi everyone. So for today, for the next 10 days, we'll be having live sessions and we begin today. If you are joining us for the first time, you're welcome. And I hope you enjoy this session. Kindly help share. Kindly help share. Hello everyone. Welcome to my live session. Hope you enjoy this session today. So from today for the next 10 days, we will be doing these live sessions every day between 3 to 4 p.m. Unfortunately, we didn't start on time today, but then again, we're happy to have you who have joined. We're happy to have you. Hi, welcome. Thank you for joining. We will begin shortly, waiting for a few people to join, then we can start. Hi, you're welcome. Thank you for joining. We'll begin shortly. We want to get about 5 people join us, and then we can start. Please share with friends and family, and let's get this going. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining. For those who have joined, thank you so much for joining. Thank you for joining. We'll begin shortly. We'll begin shortly. Please don't go anywhere. We'll begin shortly. All right. For those who have joined, you're welcome. So today is day one of our 10 days free live sessions that we'll be hosting here on YouTube between the hours of 3 to 4 p.m. Unfortunately, we didn't start early today because I have been all over the place. You understand, it's the festive, it's a mini festive season. So I'm a bit busy with work and with other stuff, but I am still going to be able to make time for this moving forward. So you're welcome. We'll begin shortly. I want a few people to join, then we can start. All right. So for this live sessions we'll be doing for the next 10 days, I have a plan, and the plan is for those who reside in Ghana, who live in Ghana and live in Accra, you would be able to join our physical class at a discounted fee if you join all of our 10 days live sessions. So if you are here, you are part of our lucky winners. We'll be selecting this winner after our day 10. We'll select the winner after our day 10. So for every other person who is going to join, we may do a half payment for that person, but then anyone who is consistent on our lives may get an 80% discount. So an example is, if you are to pay 2,000 cedis, you would pay, say, only 200 cedis to join if you are consistent on all our live sessions. Yes. So yes, please, we will start now. We will start now. So since we are doing the basics, we'll start right from what beads are, what kinds of beads used in fabric beading, the other kinds of beads on the market, at least for the ones I have available with me. We will be going through them shortly. The kinds of fishing line to use. For those who don't know what fishing line is, fishing line is more like the thread used for beading. So just like the way in sewing we have the thread used for sewing, in beading we have the thread used for beading, and that is what we call fishing line. That is what we call fishing line. I am doing the basics today because not everyone joining us has an idea of what beading is. Some person, it might be their first time. So if you know all these things already, thank you very much for joining today. Please help me by sharing, by liking, and then let's grow this community together. I've been doing this lives from time to time, but usually I'm unable to be very consistent. This time around, I'm going to try to be consistent as possible. So for the next 10 days, I'll be live. So please always turn your notification buttons on so that anytime I'm live, you would see me and then you would be able to follow through with what we'll be studying from time to time. So yes, let's get into it. I will start with seed beads. This is a seed bead. The seed beads comes in packs like this. When you go to town, in order for people to be able to buy in smaller quantities, the shop owners divide these beads into smaller quantities in packs like this so that people can be able to buy. But originally, this is how they come in. They come in packs like this. I have some kittens around, so from time to time they'll be walking through this video. Forgive us, myself and my kittens. Thank you. All right, so let's mention what seed beads are. These are seed beads, and they come in sizes as well. These ones are the same medium size because they are larger size than this one, but then they are called size 0.6. It's called size 0.6, and then we have these ones that are very small compared to these ones. So this is size 0.2. For those of us who don't know, this is size 0.2. After this, there is no other smaller one, but then there's one that is bigger than this before you get to this one, and after this one there's another size that is bigger than this sizes. All right, so these are for seed beads and they are used for fabric beading. We'll get to that point where we would see how and when to use them. But if you are on my you are subscribed to my channel, you'll see that I use seed beads for some work at some point in some of my videos. And then we move to crystals. These are called crystals. So basically, most of the beads lying here are called crystals. When you go to the market and you say you want to buy crystal beads, you'll be shown all of these beads. They are all called crystals, but there are specific names for them. They are called crystals because that is more like, say, this is Ghana, right? But then we have Accra, we have Cape Coast, we have like other regions, other towns and all that. So exactly, these are crystals. But then we have one that we call bicons. So these are called bicons. Take a close look at this. They come in the shapes and they also come in sizes. But basically, most bicons have this shape. Some may be bigger, some may be smaller, some may be longer, but then they all have this shape, the shape like cone. Most of them have this shape. So most of the kente dresses you see in town with beads on it, the bicons were used. Most of them, the bicons were used. And then what makes all these beads called crystals are these ones. These ones are crystals. These are the names for this one. This one there, you will say you buy crystal and you'll be given this one. But if you say you buy bicons, you'll be given this ones. Yes, so please, if you have questions, you have comments, kindly don't hesitate to ask questions, share your comments with us, and we will do well to respond to them. All right. So they all come in different colors. They all come in different shapes. So this one is size 6. There are smaller ones that are size 4. Those sizes are close to the size of this one, even though the shapes are like this for the crystals. There's a size 4, size 2, there's size 6, size 8, size 10. So this is size 6. So between size 6 and size 4, that is what is mostly used for fabric beading, because the bigger the size of the bead, the heavier the dress would be. Imagine having this heavily bonded dress. The dress will be heavy, right? That is why usually people use the bicon size 6 because they are smaller, and then the crystal size 4 just because they are smaller, and then they look nicer when it's on the dresses. Then we move to straw beads, also known as rice beads. So if you are on my if you are subscribed to my page, you'll find that I use this beads for some work at some point. They also come in different sizes. So this is the large size for straw beads or rice beads. So these are large size for it. And then there's this size as well. And there's one that is also a bit smaller than this. And there's the ones that are slightly bigger than this as well. They come in different sizes. That is it for the rice beads. And then we move to pearls. If you're just joining us, you're welcome. Then we move to pearls. These are pearls. So usually for the necklaces our mothers wear to Imeko meetings, pearls are used for those beads. That's why people call it pearl necklaces. Yes. Can also be used for fabric beading. It also comes in different colors. The advantage of using pearls is that they are light in weight compared to crystals and compared to the seed beads. Pearls are usually light in weight, even though they are the very quality ones available, are heavier. It's not normally used. The quality ones are not normally used for beading. And then we move to other items used in beadings like sequins. You can add sequence to your crystals, your seed beads, your rice beads when beading. Sequins are very bright. They are very bright, and when you use them, it brings out the color in the beading and then makes it very nice. Please like and share this live video for others to also join. Then we go to cap chain. This is a cap chain. If you follow most of these big fashion houses, you find out that they use cap chains a lot because they are naturally beautiful. They also come in different sizes, different shapes, different colors. You can get most colors of your choice. They are just not very common. And then we'll quickly talk about claw stones. These are claw stones. Some people call it stones. Yes, you can call it just stones, but the right thing to say is claw stones. They also come in different shapes, different sizes, and different colors. Different shapes, different sizes, different colors, and they are also used in beadwork. Usually for the wedding gowns, when you add a bit of claw stones to it, you find out that the clothes come out very nice, and then you are appreciated more. Yeah. Then we move to fishing lines. If you joined the live earlier, you would notice I mentioned it. So fishing lines are the thread we use for beading, just like there's thread used for embroidery. There's also this thread used for beading. So for back beads and others, you use this size of fishing line. This is 1.0. You can use this size, and you can also use size 0.8. But for beading, fabric beading, I usually use between these two sizes. There's 0.3 and then the 0.20. It's written somewhere here. 0.20. Personally, these are what I use for fabric beading. I use 0.30 for the main fabric, and then the 0.20 I usually use them when I am working on the skin net, nude mesh, however you want to call it. I usually use 0.20 when I'm doing that work. All right, so we will start with the basic kind of fabric beading. We will start with that. So we'll be using this for today, this piece of fabric for this session. So I had a live session on YouTube, on TikTok. So that's when I started doing this. So this is basically called the running stitch. If you have subscribed to my channel, you notice that most of the beadworks are usually centered around running stitches. You will do the complicated ones from time to time, but then the basic kind of beadwork is running stitch. So if you are able to get your running stitches right, you know that you can be able to do any other kind of bead work. You will be able to do any other kind of bead work if you do your running stitches right. Alright, so we will begin. I'm using this very light shade of purple for this work so that it's very visible. My rice beads have poured into this table, but don't pay attention to them. We are only using the purple, those ones, the bike ones. That's the one we are using. So yes, you cut your fishing line. As I said earlier, I use the 0.30 often. So you first cut your fishing line. So after cutting your fishing line, you fix it onto your needle like this. Alright, so unlike your thread and needle used for sewing buttons, for fishing line used for beading, you don't tie both edges together. You only tie one end of the fishing line like this. You only tie one end of the fishing line like this. So yes, you need your needle as well. I usually use this kind of needles. Here, this is a kind of needle I use. There are other needles on the market used for beading. I prefer using these ones. These ones are easier for me to use compared to the others. So we begin. After tying your knot like this, you will sew through whatever you are working with. I mentioned earlier we are using this piece of fabric for these live sessions. So you sew through your fabric like this. If you are just joining this session, you are welcome. There's a 10-day free live beading sessions. You don't want to miss out on any of this session, so please subscribe if you haven't yet. Keep subscribed and then turn on your notification bell so that you can be able to get notified anytime we are live. So you sew through your fabric a number of times, then you cut off the excess. Cut off the excess. Alright, then you start. You can pick any number of beads of your choice. This is day one, first practical. So any number of your choice works fine. You pick another one and you sew through like this. This is one way of doing a running stitch. Just one way. You can do running stitches in so many other ways, but this is just one way of doing it. We will look at the other ways of doing it in the next session. Please ask questions, comments. If you don't understand anything, please don't hesitate at all to ask. Alright guys, for those of you who were able to join today, thank you very much. We will continue tomorrow. I don't want to overwhelm you all with a very long video. So yes, we'll continue tomorrow between the hours of 4 to 5 p.m. And I hope today's session was useful. I'll see you on the next session. Thank you so much for joining. If you haven't subscribed, please do well to subscribe and then keep your notification bells on to be able to get notified anytime we are live. Thank you so much for those who watched, and please also don't forget to share. Thank you.